Here what I got is a multivibrator circuit that turns something on and off. The capacitors I'm using in it is kind of big. Resistors for are the 27K. Probably if you use a smaller capacitor, probably have to boost that one up, or it'll go too fast. And what we do is using the power switch tail 2, which is a device that can switch something on and off, a relay that hooks up the main electricity in a built-in case that comes like that when you order it. For $25, you can get a relay that could use for flashing LEDs or flashing Christmas lights or so. Anyway, enough about that. What this thing here does, since there's an optocoupler in it, and the optocoupler has resistor to the LED on it, and it needs more current than it would be since you can't put it on the emitter since you need. So what we do is put on the collector, so when it turns on, it gets more current because there's no resistor it's going through when it's on. Where if you put it on the emitter, you'd have resistance. That's why in the emitter they don't even put LED there. They use that so they don't have to put no extra resistor. They can eliminate a resistor, but since we have an extra resistor, we must put on a collector. It works either which way. It works either which way with different stuff, but power switch tail 2, they have to have it on a collector. So just choose a collector and you put it on. You can actually have 2 power switch tails and have one that turns on and the other one turns off, and that one turns off, the other one turns on, and it goes back and forth. You can do that. Capacitors are overkill because it takes a while to charge them. It's kind of slower. Using 1K or 1.2K. I'm using 1.2K. You can use 1K there. 27K probably be a boost. So probably why is it read on one of the websites they use a 1K and a 1 meg. And then for the capacitor they use 1 microfarad electrolytic. I think it was electrolytic. It probably is. So that's probably the capacity you probably want to use and the resistors you want to use. I don't know how fast it flashes them. You can always adjust it. Now let's go take a look at the light. Here's the pumpkin. Any minute now it's going to turn back on and turn off. Just give it some time. See, it turns on and turns off. Now, the perf board is a piece of art. It looks really nice. Board I have it on. Look at that. That looks nice. I like the way the capacitors are, where the resistors are mounted and the transistors are mounted. Like a work of art. And it's powered by USB. The whole reason why I made this was so I could power it by USB and use the function generator as something else, so I can use it to flash up something else. Works really nice. perf board I got at the Hamfest, the transistors I got at the Hamfest, the transistors guy selling give me I don't know how much I don't remember how much it was worth, but there was a case of a whole bunch of NPN transistors, like a lot of them. I got it for hardly anything. I'm using 2 of them to switch on and off for the multivibrator transistors it uses. And then for capacitors, I got AMFS for making a power supply that one time. I just needed 1, and they gave me $3-4. There are 2 left over, and the 2 left over I have them using it for this multivibrator. That's what they call this type of oscillator. It's a multivibrator. And it works pretty well. It looks nice. You can turn it over and you can see the solder. The solder looks well nice. Did a good job of soldering.
Hi. There's some breakfast in there on that other stove for you.
It turned out pretty well. I'm really happy with it. I tested it out on the breadboard and it worked pretty well. I messed around with it, so I got it going at a good rate, good speed. So you probably want to, if you want to do this, you could try you could probably also use a pot, a variable resistor, or a trimmer, a trim pot. That probably be the best way to do it, so you can adjust the speed for each one. I don't think the resistors have to be the same, because I saw this one kit using pot on it. There's 2 pots that control the LED turning on and off on this kit at All Electronics was $4. But this of course costs less than $4.
Is that
Depending on how well if you I don't know if it'll cost less than $4. I don't know. You probably get a pack of them and make more than one. You can also, I also did the testing the simulator, Livewire, which is a simulator on the computer. It doesn't tell you the fastest speed of it, does just show you how well it works. Speed is I think it's kind of off on it. It is slower. Of course, you can probably figure it out by watching the time thing at the bottom of the screen. And this here is a power switch tail to this box right here. That's where it hooks up to the pumpkin. It works nice. Now I can use this power switch tail with it. Turn it on and off. I could also, if I get 2 of them, you saw it dim. That's what happens when it turns on and off. If it turns on, it stays on and it dims for a while. You just saw a light dim. I just saw it in the camera. See? There it dims. Well, the whole idea of it, you charge those capacitors up, and then when they get charged up, they discharge the other one when it switches on. And then when that one switches, discharge, it turns that one off, turns the other one on. That's the whole idea of a multivibrator. Well, I think that's it for now, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to build it, you can build it. This is just a very simple thing. No chip is ever needed in this circuit, because all you just need is just a couple of capacitors, a few resistors, and then there you go. You can even use a trimmer. Make sure if you use a trimmer, make sure you put a resistance series with it. Otherwise, you could break it because current could be too much if you turn it all the way down and break the pot because it draws too much current. Make sure you put a resistance series with the pot if you do it that way. Just a 1K resistor, maybe, or 100 ohm might do well for the putting series with that pot. There you go. So there you have it. A simple and easy oscillator for Christmas lights for the Power Switch Tail 2. Thanks for watching. Hope you like it.